ugly in this world, priceless in paradise. Long ago, there was a companion of the Prophet named Julaibib. He was born into this world without knowing who his parents were, and his lineage was unknown. In the society of that time, having no clear lineage was considered a great disgrace. Julaibib's physical appearance was regarded as unattractive, and because of this, people rarely approached him or paid him any attention. Yet Julaibib was a man of deep piety toward Allah and his messenger. He was also one of the soldiers of the Prophet Muhammad. Although many people marginalized and looked down on him, the Prophet never did. One day after the prayer, the Prophet called him gently and asked with a warm smile, "Oh, Julaibib, do you not wish to get married?" Julaibib replied with a humble smile, "O Messenger of Allah, who would want to marry their daughter to someone like me?" The Prophet responded with a smile as well. Julaibib was fully aware that he possessed nothing, no wealth, no status, and he believed that no one would ever want to marry their daughter to him. The next day, the Prophet met Julaibib again and asked him once more, "Oh Julaibib, do you not wish to get married?" And once again, Julaibib gave the same answer. Finally, the Prophet took Julaibib by the hand and brought him to the house of a leader among the Ansar, a man who was known to have a very beautiful daughter. Upon arriving, the Prophet met the father of the young woman and said, "I wish to marry your daughter." Hearing this, the Ansari leader was delighted. "How wonderful and how blessed," he replied with a joyful face, thinking that the Prophet himself would be his son-in-law. Messenger of Allah, this will truly be a light that drives away the darkness from our home, but not for me, the Prophet sighed calmly. Rather, for Julaibib, the Ansari leader was shocked. He was taken aback by the idea that his daughter would marry a man who was considered unattractive and whose lineage was unknown. He replied respectfully, "O Messenger of Allah, I must first consult my wife about this matter." When he spoke to his wife, she reacted strongly. With Julaibib, she said, "How could that be? Julaibib is unattractive, has no known lineage, no tribe, no status, and no wealth. By Allah, no more. Never will our daughter marry Julaibib." Hearing this discussion, their beautiful daughter, who was known for her righteousness and deep understanding of religion, out and asked, "Who is proposing?" Her parents explained everything to her. She then said firmly, "Do you intend to reject the request of the Messenger of Allah? By Allah, send me to him. And by Allah, since it is the Messenger of Allah who asks, it will never bring ruin or loss upon me." She then recited the verse, meaning, "It is not for a believing man or a believing woman, when Allah and his Messenger have decided a matter, that they should have any choice regarding their affair. And whoever disobeys Allah and his Messenger has certainly strayed into clear error." Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab 33, Banding 36. Upon hearing the words of this righteous young woman, the Prophet lowered his head and prayed for her, saying, "O Allah, pour abundant goodness upon her, a goodness filled with blessings. Do not make her life difficult or full of hardship." At last, her parents agreed and married their daughter to Julaibib. They said, "We entrust the matter of our daughter to you, O Messenger of Allah," meaning they fully trusted the Prophet with what was best for their beloved child. Not long after the marriage of the unattractive man and the righteous woman, the Prophet commanded the companions to go out for battle against the enemies of Islam. Julaibib joined the jihad. The battle ended with victory for the Muslims. After the war, the Prophet felt that someone was missing among his companions. He asked, "Is there anyone among you who has been killed?" They replied, "We have lost so and so and so." He asked again, "Is there anyone else among you who has been killed?" They answered, "No, O Messenger of Allah." Then the Prophet sighed, "But I feel that I have lost Julaibib." The Prophet ordered the companions to search for They found him lying on the battlefield among 7 enemies whom Julaibib had killed before they finally managed to kill him. The Prophet then said, Julaibib killed 7 of them before they killed him. He is from me and I am from him. He repeated this statement 3 times. Julaibib passed away as a martyr shaheed. His body was not washed, but he was buried directly, for the angels had already attended to the houris of paradise were waiting there to wash him. Thus, the supplication of the Prophet came true. Not long after, Allah granted him the ultimate relief. Their togetherness in this world was not destined to last long, though he had a righteous and pious wife on earth. The houris of paradise had long yearned for Julaibib, companion of the Prophet, who was considered ugly in this world, was far more deserving of paradise than of a world that was never kind to him.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video.